Hello and welcome back to Deeper Conversations. I am Matthew Silvers, your host. I'm here today with Joelle Correa. And I'm very excited. If you guys don't know, he's on TikTok and his videos are not only creative as fuck, but also inspirational as hell. So everybody welcome Joelle.
Thank you.
Hello. I feel like I need one of those like buzzers where it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you need
welcome
a soundboard.
Joelle.
I'm imagining it in my head. Don't
I
worry.
know. So was I. Like gave it a pause. I was like, everybody just imagine the claps in your head. But how are you doing?
I'm doing
How's
good.
life? How is quarantine? Like, how are you doing?
Quarantine has, quarantine's been good to me. I am thriving in quarantine.
Amen. Give it to us. What have you done in quarantine? Did you
I
start your TikTok in quarantine?
Yep, I did. I did. I most
True.
definitely did. I in January of last year I literally posted that rewind that like year on TikTok thing that everyone was doing. I posted it to show people like legit you can make things happen for yourself. Because it
Amen.
says it had 0 in January. And then by December, I had it was wrong with the number it said on there. It said 195, but I actually had over two. I was like at 230K
Yeah.
by December. And I was just being stupid, I was just being creative with makeup and stuff. And it's just been so fucking awesome. So yeah, I'm thriving on there. I ironically, right before we had to go into a lockdown state in the US, I also had gotten a promotion like at work, that allowed me to work from home anyways. So
Amen.
it was just like this thing that just kind of, I in 2020, genuinely, I get it. It was a shitty year for 99.9% of the world.
Yep.
I genuinely, it allowed me to have an excuse to say no to friends, to not hang out, because I'm a person that always says yes. I'm the yes guy. I'm
Same.
your wingman.
Yep.
All the time. And naturally, my own endeavors kind of fall to the wayside because I'm always making time for everything else. So now there was no excuse. Now I literally was home all the time. So I just was like, you know what? Let's just be stupid on TikTok.
Yeah.
And before you knew it, one post blew up, then a second post blew up, then a third, and then it kept
Yep.
happening. And then I started doing lives, and I just built a community on
Yeah.
there. um so yeah, 2020 has been good to me. Has been good to the kid. Very, very good to the kid. And I also got to spend the year alone. So
Love that. I just actually was thinking about this the other day in the gym, and I was like, failing is almost guaranteed. Giving up
mm,
is the option.
yeah, 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 yeah. It
Um,
absolutely. Oh, that's so funny. Did you just see my video?
no,
I literally just
no.
posted a TikTok where that's what I literally say. Failure is an option, but giving up is not an option. So it's this
Interesting.
whole thing where it's an audio bite where that's what it's saying. It's saying
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
giving up, not the T, but definitely
yeah.
fail a million
I
times.
love
And that's
that.
the thing. Sometimes it takes failing on TikTok to
Oh yeah,
know what works, what doesn't work. And yeah, I've
I
just
post
been
at
really blessed.
random. TikTok
You
hates
post
me.
that right
I just like I've spam that. I spam it. I'm like, I'm gonna
now.
do
Oh,
it.
yeah,
They don't like me. They're
that
like, you're
algorithm is
posting too
hiding.
much. This ain't YouTube. You gotta chill out.
That's hilarious. I'm like, no, I'm like, I don't see your video. And now that would explain why the
Yeah,
algorithm hates you for that reason.
it's nuts.
No, yeah, it's just been good. To answer your question in brief, 2020 has been good to me. I'm a little bit of an ambivert. I don't know if you're the same way, but I can be extroverted when I need to be, and I can be introverted when I need to
Yeah.
be. It's just
I would say like I'm very much an extrovert. Like I'm so out there. It is like that is my like soul personality.
mm,
However, like when it's not just like personal, everything else is like very in the middle. Like dates. Like if you want to stay and watch Netflix, down. If you want to go out and like eat at STK, down. Like I can be very and I'm very we're gonna get into it. I'm very in between in everything that I do, which is why I love like crazy questions such as top or bottom. Because I am, just in case anyone wants to know, as if you couldn't already look it up on fucking TikTok. I say it all the time. I'm very versed. I'm very switched. I'm not masculine, not feminine. I'm somewhere in the middle. Like I am in the middle of everything. I am a wild card. Yeah, so it's crazy.
Hey,
Speaking
we
of
love to hear
TikTok,
it.
those of us who are listening, I am about to show Joelle one of his TikToks. Um, and everyone's doing it. Even I decided that I wanted to jump on this trend. I just I don't know. Some part of me is just like I kind of want to jump on this, and I don't usually jump on trends, so I was like I had to fucking do it. Um, of course, I picked this one. Sue me. This TikTok is of Joelle, and it is him doing the what's the song in the background? Put your no
Put your
records
head on my
on. Put your
shoulder.
head on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Even I did that one. I was like, I gotta jump on it, which is like so normal. Like I'm looking at his feed. If you go look at his feed, which is it's me Joelle C on TikTok. It's just flooded with makeup videos, and then there's just one video with his shirt off in red, and it is so funny. And yeah, I just think that's so funny. But I'm obsessed with your makeup. I want someone so badly to come do mine. Like I feel like it would be
Oh,
really fun,
yeah.
and I would love to do it. And I honestly would love to wear it out, like something like cool and fun. And that's why I like your looks. Your looks are always so elegant and so like crisp, and like it's
Thank
always that
you.
like you can take it out and just like wear it on the town.
Oh yeah, like and it's funny because I get that question all the time on my lives. They're always like, "Would you go out like that though?" And
Yeah,
I'm like, I, I do.
yeah, which I'm
I actually
obsessed
go to
with.
the post office like this sometimes.
I love that. Do you ever get like hate on it when you're out, or is it overall
No,
good?
no.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean, it's kind of like you got to go so far out of your way, I think, to really like hate on me. You know, if you see
Yeah.
me, if anything, like most of the most weird energy I get is like straight guys who make eye contact with me, right? Because I have the mask on, and here's this like bland out, like what is happening up here, you know, like, and I bet they don't even know if I'm a man or a woman at first, you know, like what I'm identifying as.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's that's the weirdest energy I get. I've never been in a situation where I've been heckled because of my makeup. Thank
Yeah. Yeah.
the power that face.
I always want to know about the because yours are elegant and whatnot. I always wonder about the ones that like are doing the like emoji ones that like are
Mm,
like crazy. I always wonder if they go out looking like that.
they more than likely don't.
Yeah.
Most of those
Which is such a shame. Like there was one that was the sunflower and it was beautiful. And I was like, please go out in that.
I mean, maybe for something like Burning Man, it's probably appropriate. But you know, the thing is, or Halloween, or a party, or you know, like a raver situation. The thing is that like, I mean, going out like that is a totally different ball game. You know,
Yeah.
with those conceptual looks, it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
You know, one thing is like when I have those, when I look like something from Cirque du Soleil, totally different ball game because it's still eye makeup.
Mhm.
But when you have like a whole like sunflower that's coming across half of your face and stuff, like while it is amazing and that is such a flex, it's not practical. And yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a costume party, definitely something like Pride. Like definitely for Pride or something, like why not? Like
Heck
that's
yeah.
amazing.
Do
Yeah.
you
No.
have a favorite TikTok look that you've
That
done?
I've made myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Aside from the Mean Girls one that like was the first one that ever blew up for me, it would have to be the one that I just posted on January 1st of this year with the I'll spray you with Raid, that TikTok, the I'll spray
Okay.
or like I'm so sorry there are men out here who are greasy, untalented, unmoisturized, and
Yeah.
that TikTok. But nonetheless, like that one blew up. That one, but I just love that it was the first time I had done such a colorful look, but I didn't do the normal tricks I usually do for my colorful looks. Cause normally I put paints down all over the place and I had to compartmentalize the colors a certain way. But in this
Yeah.
one, I literally just blended the colors all perfectly. And it
I
just,
love that.
yeah, and
I'm partisan to this look.
you
I
like that one.
love this look
Okay.
so
Okay.
much. Like
Okay.
something about colorful is my thing. The
Yeah.
pastel one that you've done with the,
Oh, with
what do you even call it? What is the like? It's like what, the Ariana Grande like white
yeah,
like
with the
pencil.
graphic liner. The
Yes,
graphic
yeah,
liner.
yeah. I just
Um,
love.
yeah, that one, that's so funny because that's actually one of my least favorite looks, but people really like that one as well. There's a couple TikToks that I like
What's
looks that,
your least favorite look that you've done on stage?
oh my God, my least favorite would have to be,
Ooh, it sounds like you have one in mind.
yeah, there's this one that I did like last summer that was like burgundy and turquoise.
Okay.
I'm not sure what I was thinking. It was like burgundy, gold, and baby blue. Think of it as like this. No, that one's okay.
Okay.
That one I liked.
I'm trying to find
Um,
it because now I'm
there's
so curious.
I have it here somewhere. I bet I can pull it
I
up.
love that.
And yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, but it really just wasn't the tea for me. I was like, I hate this look. But I still posted it because I'm like, you know what? Like you worked
You
hard on it.
have to. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Is there any under wraps that you have not posted because you really didn't like it? No.
yeah, there have been. There's been a couple that I
That
deleted out
one?
of my drafts. I love that one.
Oh,
That was one of
okay.
my. That's actually
I
one of
clearly don't know what burgundy and turquoise looks like.
the.
Apparently not. I was looking for a
Oh,
red
you know
and
what
like a
it is
blue
that I didn't
kitty.
put a lot of posts with it. That's what it was.
Uh,
I didn't. I decided to not put a lot
that's
of.
so funny. Now, have you ever done drag?
Yes, I have, but I have not performed in drag
Okay.
though.
Do you have a name?
Um, yes, I was. My name was Katana Pop
Love.
because
Are
I'm
you
a
gonna show
Mortal
me this
Kombat.
look? Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I'm waiting for it to get to a.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. This one.
That
Oops.
one's not it's just that looks, I don't know if it looks like drag makeup. It's a little bit more extreme than, yeah.
Not
He
it.
said, no, no, not the
No,
move.
I look at that one and I'm just like, oh my goodness. But it's funny because some of the ones that I've hated, people have loved. It's so strange. It's so
Yeah.
strange how it works. But I always, like I said, I will still, like, if I worked hard on the video post, then I will still post it. I'm not one of those people that's just like, oh, it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
If I hate it, it's okay. I'm not gonna love every look.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
Is it hard to do makeup with a beard? I was
Not
just
really.
looking at the most recent one you posted.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I was just, I added like out of curiosity.
No, I mean, the only problem is that it absorbs like facial product really easy, like a lot. So, like if I'm using primers or if I'm using facial oils or whatever, like to prep my skin
Mhm.
prior to putting makeup on, then what'll happen is, yeah, like the facial hair will like absorb all of it. And it's like super annoying because it's expensive shit, It's not like
Yeah.
something that you don't want to be wasting readily.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you grow a lot of hair?
No, I actually
Just
don't
on
grow
your
a full beard.
face.
You grow a fuller beard than I do.
Listen, it's a hard life being Italian.
Listen, take it and run with it because at least if you wanted to be a lumberjack one day, you're
True, true, true. I want to get laser hair removal on
mm.
my back, on my shoulders, because that's just like, who needs that? You know what I mean? Everything else, I'm like,
But also, who sees that and who
I like
cares?
the option. Yeah, again, if you're not fucking me, feeding me, or financing me, why do I fucking care? Um,
That was a TikTok I made as well.
I know your TikToks are so good. Do you find these sounds easy or is it pretty difficult?
Sometimes there's a dry spell.
Oh God.
Sometimes like there's a lack of things that jump out at me because I got to feel inspired by what I'm putting too, right? Like
Yeah, of course.
if I gotta either think that shit is funny, like I do a lot of like female comedy stand up. I do a lot of stand up like lip syncs.
Yeah. Would you
Um,
ever do stand up?
would I ever do stand up? Oh my goodness, no, no.
Okay.
And someone asked me that in my Q&A, and yeah, like I don't think I could. The only reason
Yeah.
is because, like there's such an art to stand up. Like
Of course.
you can't just be bored one day and do stand up. You gotta like work at that. You know, some people
Listen,
have
I'm
that.
so excited for comedy stuff to open back up because I want to do it. I'm
You
ready. I
should do
want to
it.
do it so bad. And
The
I
worst
think
thing
it's
that could
really
happen is that
funny.
people don't laugh.
Heck yeah. Well, I have this bit about kissing
Oh, and you're like ready to go in on it.
and I'm ready because, like,
You can't, but you can't be too overconfident either, because like you
no,
go
I
into
know.
that, yeah, you
You
go
got
into
to
that,
turn
you're
your
gonna be so
experiences and trauma
excited.
into art, and you just got to sit back, let people laugh. If they don't laugh, you got a problem. But no, I want to do it so bad.
Yeah, do
And
it,
I'm
man.
I'm
Do it. I
ready.
tell people all the time, no time like the present
Heck
to
yeah.
get together and
Except this president because there's no comedy clubs open, but
well, this is a great time to not for anything like
practice. Yeah.
practice. Yeah, like because here's where like you can actually like even subliminally, you know, when you're amongst your friends or amongst a group of people that you're meeting for the first time, maybe, you know, I'm not
Yeah.
sure what your social distancing is like right now, but
Work
um
friends.
yeah, like you know that or right, I don't know, people, that's very flexible with people nowadays, I see. So um yeah, like I think like definitely try it out, you know, subliminally try it out.
Oh
See if
yeah.
like they laugh. Like don't pull it up as a joke, like just mention it as part of conversation, because that's in my opinion the best stand up is conversational. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, this is the joke. You know, I think that's part of what made Kevin Hart so big so quickly was that like storytelling element that like just didn't seem like he was telling a joke. It just seemed like he was telling us something about his life, and it just happened to be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Even though he ended up being problematic, but hey, you know what? It's all good. It's
Yeah. Whew. So you were mentioning sort of finding inspiration.
mm.
Um, so do you typically hear the audio and then you're like, this would be perfect with this kind of look, or do you figure out the look first?
Oh
Or
no, yeah, no. The I have like a bunch of audio saved up. Audio that I've been inspired by at some point. Like I'll come across it on my For You page, or I will actually scour the internet and look for something that I want to create. Like if I feel like, you know what, I haven't done like an inspirational post in a little bit. Like I want something that like really hits you in the feels,
yeah.
and like and I'll look and I'll find something that I'm like, you know what, like this is really good. Like this is good. Like it's a good soundbite. And
Yeah.
sometimes I have to edit the soundbite down. Especially like the comedy specials, like that can be very hard because not many comics tell a joke in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Sometimes I have to cut, like
Yeah.
truncate their verbiage down a little bit.
Yeah.
And but yeah, like it's all organic. As for the looks, I it's like one way or another. Like one day I might look through and I'm like, all right, let me just look through my palettes. And it's like looking through your coloring books or like through, you know, something like that, right? Like you just got to be, it's like an album, actually. That's
Yeah.
better. You know, different moods for different things. And so I actually like to only use, I'm one of those people that only uses like one palette like for every look. Like I'm not a person that like has 20 different palettes just to get one look done.
Okay.
um so I actually like will pull a palette out like a record, and I will have a look in mind that just by looking at the color story, I'm like, oh, this is what we're going to do with this. And then I'll look through my saved audios, and then sometimes like I'm like, okay, that lends itself to the look
Yeah.
I'm thinking of for this. I think this complements itself very well. Sometimes I think it's complimentary and it doesn't take off. Sometimes I don't think it's complimentary and it does. So it's, you know, I know that I'm just completely at the mercy of what people like at the end of the day, you know, because it's so weird when you have over 300,000 followers, but then you're like, how doesn't every single person that follows me see my posts? But that's just not how
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you spend on makeup?
Not
Makeup
so
like
much
movie?
anymore.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah, I used to spend a lot. I used to spend so much. I spend more on skincare now than I
Okay.
do on makeup. Because I care about, since I'm doing makeup so much more now because of
Yeah.
TikTok, I care about how my skin is preserved and how it holds up, long term. They say good black don't crack, but still you gotta be careful. You gotta be
Yeah.
overzealous still. So that I will say, I don't cheap out on my skincare unless I have found effective cheap skincare. Like I love The
Well, your
Ordinary.
skin looks incredible.
Well, thank you.
And
I
I need
appreciate
you
that.
to message me your skincare routine because somebody once asked me, and you know what I said? I said, you pick up 8 projects, forget about your skin, and drink lots of water. Your skin will also be great.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
forget about your skin, you won't touch it. And it
it's the
won't be bad.
I don't drink coffee. I don't drink soda.
Okay.
I drink water,
Yeah.
and at most I drink those like Bolt House or Naked smoothies all the
Yeah.
time. So I'm getting my antioxidants and my fruit
Yeah.
servings in. But yeah, like I know it has a lot of sugar, but still nonetheless, I'm just, when it comes to my skincare, I'm very about it. I get hyperpigmentation, so I have to be about it.
Yeah.
Um, so like that means like any razor bump is going to leave a dark spot on my face. That's
Damn.
just gonna happen. So I have to be
If
over
that
there.
happened to me, I'd be a different color. Literally, I cut myself so much.
Oh
Daddy
yeah.
issues. My dad never taught me how to shave, and
Mine neither, but I just had a natural knack for just like shaving. I
nah.
didn't have the I never I rarely I can count on maybe on these two hands
Ugh,
in the time since I've been shaving how many times I've actually cut
a
myself.
dream.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually never I don't empathize with that struggle. I don't understand what it's like to cut your face all the time.
It's so
Ever.
hard. My
I
face, not so much anymore because I don't shave my body as much. My body, I cut myself all the time.
oh see
And
neither. I will
listen,
say I mean, I cut my body like once,
yeah.
maybe twice, but like
Nobody ever taught me how to shave my ass, and that's problematic. Let's normalize teaching how to shave your ass in high school. Let's get over how gross it is. Teach these people what they need to know
I
because you're gonna
didn't.
have a lot of blood and a lot of spots.
I didn't in high school. I ironically did it more when I was like 18 and like when I was a late bloomer though. So that's why.
Yeah.
I didn't have my gay experiences until after I was legal.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, I ironically when I was like in my early 20s, it was not an issue for me with like bumps or anything down there. I don't know how at first that was the case.
Yeah.
But as I got older, my body was like, you know what? We gave this to you. Your fountain of youth is up. All
Yeah.
right. Your subscription has ended. It's a clean and clear and under control.
Yeah.
And after that, I just turned to waxing. I wax myself. I wax
Oh,
my yeah.
what?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
wax.
think I could ever pull it.
Why?
I don't know. I'd rather somebody else do it.
What? No,
I
that's
don't want to see it. You pull it, I'm gonna look away. I
no, me.
know.
I am very much like DIY, do it yourself. If you can, DIY. Like I am that tribe. I am very much of that's my brand.
Yeah. How long did you do makeup before TikTok?
Honestly, before TikTok, a year.
Okay. Why'd you get into it? Just because you
Not
wanted to?
I got into it because I worked for Lush Cosmetics. And
Yeah.
yeah, I worked for them and there was these girls I worked with and they would come in with like their winged liner and it looked so fucking cute. And
I love winged liner.
I know. And it's just something so simple that could make you, it turns you from like, just like, to, like
Oh,
real quick,
fierce
like,
as fuck.
yeah. And so I was like, oh my God, like, how do you do that? And they were like, oh, this is just some Kat Von D liner. And the Lush I worked at was literally across from a Sephora. And they were like,
Yeah.
literally, like, go on your 15-minute break over to Sephora and get yourself like a Kat Von D liner. It's only like $20. They said only
I
$20.
know.
And I realize now that like they said only $20 because like makeup's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And I got myself a liner, and then like after that, like I would go to work with liner on all the time, and
Obsessed.
it just turned into this thing where people were like obsessed with going to see the guy that wore genie pants that had eyeliner on.
Oh my God.
And like little kids and shit would come in and they would like remember me from walking in with their parents. It was really fucking cool.
That's
Um,
awesome.
and then that's what actually made me realize, like, they always this quote, the power of makeup. And that's actually like what made me realize like that makeup really, like, I used to walk through the mall, like I said, wearing the Lush apron, my genie pants, and this, winged liner. And I had blue hair at the time. And it was, I just loved it. I loved looking like a freak to people. And I don't know. And then after that, I was like, I'm intrigued by drag, and I tried to get into
Yeah.
drag. And then the drag community can be a little toxic. The performer community can be a little toxic. And so it's very gossipy. It's very like he said, or they said driven. And
Yeah.
it's just not my thing. I don't really thrive on drama. And
Yeah.
I actually like I live by myself in my apartment. I'm very at peace with my solitude. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so we prior to recording talked a little bit about this. But so you have a lot of glasses. And nobody's watching right now, Joel's wearing a pair of glasses, which I'm obsessed with because he also has a bunch of other pairs. How many did you say you have?
I have over 30.
Oh my God, are they all in front of you right now?
I have the drawer with them right here. You hear them?
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah, I can.
So he was just wearing red, and we talked about matching them with your outfit. Where did that come from? Did you just randomly one day was like, I'm gonna buy glasses?
I found a way to get cheap glasses online, and then ever since I just like was like, we're doing this. Like,
Are they prescription?
all of them are prescription. I can't see more than 12 inches in front of my face.
Whew.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's a whole cute wooden box, a little trough of glasses
like it's
of every color. I'm obsessed with that.
I have every color in here: yellow, red.
Do you have a favorite pair?
The blue ones.
The blue ones are iconic. Those ones I've seen a couple of times. The red ones are new. I haven't seen those.
Yeah,
But
the red ones are classic in terms of like everyone knows the red hipster frames, right? Like everyone knows about these, the black and the red hipster flame. But the blue ones and the yellow one, I think, like, to me, these have like a special place in my heart. Because when I worked in the office, everyone knows me for those glasses. Like everyone's like, it's a even when I would have to do client meetings, I would wear those glasses, and they were such a conversation starter.
yeah.
And it's because no one, like, I told myself, like, if I ever became a big person, like a big influencer, like everyone's like making makeup, I'm like, I'm making eyewear. Like, I'm sorry, but like I'm making eyewear because
Please do.
yeah,
I'll
like
pay for one. Is that in the works? Like, are we doing that? Like,
I am looking into some things, but
listen, girl, we got a couple more months left. You better get this up and running. What are you calling it, Joelle Eyewear?
It's funny because I was thinking about calling it C Eyewear because it's me, Joelle C.
Yeah.
C Eyewear. And like C Eyewear. But the problem is that there is a C Eyewear, like with SEE. Like there's a SEE eyewear, and I actually buy their frames.
No,
I actually buy their frames. I do, and I was like, I'm so mad because
that's incredible.
Yeah, so I'm back on the drawing board. We'll see. We'll see. I want something really clever and that just feels good, almost like sexy to say. I don't want it to like feel like sex, but I want you to feel good saying whatever it is. Like, oh yeah, this is like.
Wait,
like,
can you make sex glasses? I would love that. Wait, on the real, can you make sex sunglasses?
Sex?
That should be a thing. Listen, to anybody who has 20/20 vision, fuck you. No, I'm kidding. LASIK, where you at? But those of us who wear glasses, listen, we talked about this before. We don't slut shame here. We are hope positive. You want to sleep with someone, go sleep with someone. People who wear glasses You know the struggle. You go in, you're making out, and then like somewhere where you're making out, you gotta be like, hold on, these are expensive. I don't want to break these. And you put them down on the counter, cabinet, wherever you're putting them. You should make like somehow indestructible glasses so you can have sex in your glasses. Because then you got to take them off and you don't got contacts in, and then you're looking at a blurred face while you're having sex with them. Sometimes that can be in your favor, but a lot of times it's not. But
it can definitely play in your favor if you play your cards right. It can.
girl, if you
No.
catfishing, I'm taking my glasses off when you walk in the door.
I have luckily only had that done to me one time, and it never happened. And I'm of an age now where I feel no problem calling it out and going home and accepting the losses at the end of the day.
Amen.
Yeah, no one has the time.
No. But sex, what do we think sex glasses would look like? Like, how does one make indestructible glasses?
I don't know, because they made those flexible glasses back in the 90s or the early 2000s.
Really? What is that?
Yeah.
Like the ones that
like used to fold up and they could like go in your pocket. Like they literally like the bridge of the nose and everything. Like you could literally twist them however you wanted. It was like
I feel like monocles might be good. Like we can bring the monocle back and like have one eye monocles. Like I don't know.
That's actually like
because they're hooked onto
that's
the
kind of sexy.
I mean, imagine like walking in, you're like, let's do this thing, and you're wearing a monocle. Like, okay.
Monopoly Man shit. Oh wait, no. I found out that the Monopoly Man doesn't have a monocle.
What?
I think. Hold on.
Hold on. We go remember what? There's no way. Doesn't he not? Doesn't like on the Monopoly Man. What is he?
Doesn't have a monocle.
He does. Oh my god! And there's someone cosplaying holding a monocle up to their face in this Google photo. Hey, you've heard it here. The Monopoly Man does not have a monocle.
Nope.
Oh my god! Fuck him in his 2020 vision.
I know. I was
Everybody like, go cancel the Monopoly
Man and have perfect vision. Okay.
Also, can we just bring to attention that I just Googled it, and the first thing that comes up when you type in Monopoly Man and his real name, did not know he had a real name. It is Rich Uncle Pennybags. Who invented this game and why is his name Rich Uncle Pennybags?
I don't know, but it's probably in the instructions. His name is probably in the instructions that no one ever took the time to read.
That's so.
People, you know damn well everyone learned how to play Monopoly from another person who knew how to play Monopoly. Everyone knows how to play Monopoly from someone else that taught them how to play Monopoly. No one actually sat their ass down fresh and was like, let's take a look at how, like, let's read the rules. No one, and when they do read the rules, it's only to try and find to see if someone broke a specific rule. And that's the only time that the rules are ever referenced. No one ever fucking cares about the fucking official. It's probably in there and no one ever fucking read it.
Yeah, someone out there is like, pass go, $500. And you're like, it literally says 200 on the board.
Right.
Like,
and I think there's even a rule like the banker can't something. Like there's rules regarding like what the banker can do and what they can't do. And it's really funny sometimes because it's like no one plays like that. No one plays.
That's so I never thought about that before. And I think that's the majority of games.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed with games. Well, because like everybody passes them down. Like, have you ever heard of euchre?
No.
Okay, it's a card game that they used to play like a long time ago, and I got passed down. And my dad was like, "Here's how you play." And a game like euchre, like card games, especially like the majority of card games, they don't come with a rule book.
No.
So like you are really fully like playing this game. You got to set the rules, and you got to make sure those rules are correct. My grandma, oh my God, my grandma was obsessed with cheating. She was obsessed with it. We would play and she would cheat all the time. Sequins. No, I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
Cheater. When we played Uno, yeah, you try to skip grandma twice, That's a rule. You can't do it. You can't skip someone twice in a row. Yep.
You absolutely can. You absolutely
See,
can. And
on my turf, you can, but on her, she was like, she would start crying. I was like, Grandma, you are a toxic girl. You are playing the game.
that's too much. That is way too much.
It is so crazy.
No one should be crying over card games.
Oh, see,
Okay,
our card games in our family get intense as fuck.
oh my
The
god.
first time I ever played spoons, oh my God, let me tell you what. First time we ever played spoons, which is a game that's a dangerous game to play when there's a lot of competitive people and you are willing to rip someone's arm off. We played spoons for the first time, me, my sister, a friend, and me, my sister, and two cousins. And we're sitting at the table, we're playing spoons, and it's me and my sister. And each of my other cousins were rooting for one of us. And I was like, I'm going to win this bitch. I grab the spoon and rip it out of her hand because I just so happen to be stronger than her. Still am. That's not a competition. She's a twig. Like you can look at her photos and she's like that. Like it's crazy. But I ripped it out of her hand, rightfully so, because I had more hand in it than she did. Ripped it out of her hand.
Oh my god.
Next thing I know, I'm getting punched in the face. I was so uncalled for. Games in our house get serious. People cry. People walk away. People scream names, and it gets intense.
No.
Listen, if anybody's trying to do a tame card group, somebody hit me up because, yeah. But see, like, I'm competitive.
I'm okay with
But, like,
things
I'm not going to punch someone in the face because of it.
I mean, I'm okay with things getting competitive. I just think that it's like, all right, y'all, it's a game. Like
Oh, but I don't like when people say that because I'm like, it's not just a game. I'm gonna win. It's gonna
then
be.
what is it? Then what is it? Not just the game about then?
Listen, there's some complex in there where you're like, I have to prove because it's mostly with my family. Like, I gotta prove that everything that I say in life is true based on this one game of Uno. Like,
that sounds like a therapy session that is needed. That is not family game night. That is family counseling that you guys need to be partaking in. Okay, because you guys are taking all your frustration out on those poor cards. Those cards didn't do shit to y'all. Y'all getting hella pointed and hella tight, getting hella mean. And cards didn't do shit to you, and they getting thrown all over the place. They probably getting bent. They probably don't even fit in the original box no more because they're too fluffy. They're too fluffy from all the damage. I can't see. What did y'all do
they're
to this
bent
poor
because of this stupid when you
shuffling?
shuffle the cards. Oh my God, that's so funny. You know what? Now I'm just thinking about it because when you walk into our cabinet full of games, you know how many just regular decular cards there are? Too many. We've got like six sets of cards, and everyone is different because everything has to be different. Like you got a Coca-Cola one, you got a Disney set, you got like two regular sets that are missing like the jokers because you never use a fucking joker in a game. Like it's
Which you're supposed to apparently.
what?
Apparently, like the jokers have a purpose.
Where?
Hold on.
In what game? Crazy. I almost said Crazy Maid. Crazy Maid. Maid. What is the maid? It's Crazy Eights. What's the maid? Milkmaid.
Hold
That's not
on.
right.
I thought they had something. I think it was because of tarot. Actually, I could be wrong.
Oh, that's crazy. Do you believe in like astrology and things like that?
I don't believe in horoscopes.
Okay.
I think that there's like a
I don't believe.
kind of
Okay.
like I think there's like a schematic, a blueprint, so to speak. I think maybe that people may or may not
Yeah.
fall into. But I do find that it's too funny that
What's your birthday? Oh,
yeah.
you said it's in March.
So I don't know. Did I say it was in March?
Well, you said it was a month and 5 days away. Oh, so April. Like April 6th. What day is that?
Just eliminate that from your head. What sign do you think I am?
Oh, see, when people ask this question, I'm like, what do you want me to say? Like, what do you clearly
I
you have it
I'm
like,
looking
and
I'm
I
looking for
don't
the
know
biggest
about, I
description.
know a couple. My sister's a Gemini.
Mhm.
I know
Oh,
a
well, that's
couple
why she punched you in the face.
like about no, the one that yep, yep, she's a silent one. She comes out and she's like, "Ugh," just right in the face. The twig of the family too. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. She
Um,
tried.
your
Um,
birthday is when?
no. Well, we're gonna play this game now.
Okay, all
We're
right.
gonna
So,
play this
all
game
right.
now.
So
I'm gonna
you
go.
come across to me like either a Leo or a Sagittarius.
Okay. I think you're. Oh God. Okay.
Maybe a Capricorn.
Uh, oh no. I was gonna say like no. I know these seasons because of Jenna Marbles. You're not a Virgo. You're
Mm-mm,
not a Scorpio.
mm.
Um, which low key that was probably if you hadn't listen, your hair and your tattoos, I know that's weird. I know that's stereotyping, but like I would have said Scorpio. Every time I hear Scorpio, by the way, all I think of is Scorpio and Slytherin. They go together hand in hand. And like I've never even seen Harry Potter.
Why? They're not. One's a
Both
reptile, one's
snakes.
an
Both
insect.
snakes. What? No. Okay. No, wait, it's a scorpion? Is that the
A scorpion is, yeah, for a Scorpio.
nah, see, when I hear Scorpio, I hear snake and I see snake and I think Slytherin.
Well, you shouldn't because a
S
scorpion
S
is an
S
insect
S.
with 6 legs.
Ma'am, oh my God. It's so
Someone, you need to watch more Discovery.
oh
Discovery Plus.
no, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, let's see. Aquarius.
Close, but no, that's my sister. And
I don't know. See, I don't know a lot of months in the signs. Uh are you are you Sagittarius?
no.
What are the rest of them? Aries?
Close, but no.
They both is it does it start with an A? Is there another one that starts with an
No. You guessed Aquarius and you guessed Aries, and I'm between the two.
A? Oh no. See, I couldn't tell you.
I know. I
Um
know. I'm a Pisces.
you're a fish.
Yeah, I'm a Pisces. I am the I'm the emotional wreck of the zodiac.
I'm dead. Okay, what am I?
I guess, and you didn't tell me if I was right or not.
Oh, no, you were wrong. You said
I was
Libra
wrong on all
or
three.
Leo, Libra.
No, I said Leo, um, Leo, Sag, or Capricorn were my three guesses for you.
Ugh, Sag. That is so gross. That is so gross.
You don't know anything about
Also,
astrology.
also
How
on
is it gross?
Valentine's Day, I just want everyone to know I've called a couple of my female friends and I said, I really thought I was the funniest person in the world. And I said, make sure to take care of your vagina today. I said, because it's V Day. It is so bad. It is so bad, but I got laughs. So listen. Which it's an
They
act
were
of
your friends.
self-love, which is what Valentine's Day is slowly turning into. So take care of that veg. But no, all of the guesses you said were wrong.
Are you
Um,
Cancer?
I am. I am, and
The
I
only
don't.
reason I didn't guess that first is because that was my first guess, and I was like, you know what? I'm probably wrong about that. Let's not go with that.
But I'm a Cancer,
You
and
were
I
on the
don't
nose for
know
Cancer.
how much I believe. What?
You are on the nose for Cancer.
Yeah, I don't know how much I believe in all of it and whatnot, but let me tell you what, there are two things about being a Cancer that I resonate with way too much. It is
Mhm.
one, that I'm emotional as fuck, and two, I'm a great kisser. So, um,
I love how they
um,
narrowed down. Oh, if you were born within this certain amount of time, you're going to be a great
also,
kisser.
if you don't think that I haven't said that to plenty of boys that have been in my house right before we kiss, you would be dead wrong. It is one of my go-tos for no reason because I don't really believe in that shit, but here we are. And I'm like, I love Virgos. You're so organized. Like, where is this coming from? Like, what?
So, all right. So cancers, right?
We're also
Cancers
apparently
are
good in
also
bed.
known from being emotional.
Yes,
You're known
of
for
course.
being
I'm
emotional.
also
And
an
I found you because you were being emotional.
yeah. I'm also empathic. So I'm an empathic Cancer, and I'm just like You think you're the fucked up sign of the signs,
We're
girl?
known as the fucked up sign. Yeah, we're the death of the zodiac.
My
We're the last. We're the
God,
last zodiac in the zodiac calendar. Like we're
I
the
didn't
last
know that.
sign. It
That's
starts with Aries and then it ends with Pisces. So
oh
yeah, so yeah, Cancer, homebodies, like homebodies in the sense that they love to build a home. Like they like
yes.
their home to feel like
Amen.
a home. Like
Oh
they're
my God, read me for filth for horoscopes, please.
let's see, Cancers, stubborn. They are very stubborn. The reason
Yeah.
that their symbol is a crab is because they are crabby. They're not.
Listen, optics, I'm not stubborn, I am headstrong.
I
There's a
call that positioning.
there's a difference. Oh,
Uh,
okay. Oh my God.
so let's see. What else? Love food. Cancers love food.
That just seems like a thing that you wanted to say. That's not real.
Yeah.
Everybody loves girl who don't love food.
Like no, like they're big into no, like the art of cooking, like
Okay,
doing
well,
like
somewhat.
like maybe not so much doing it yourself, but you might be a foodie. You
I
know what
love
I mean?
how I said no to that, but I have stuff in my freezer that I have been meaning to cook that I haven't. I took out burgers to cook and I took out puff pastry because I'm making pigs in the blanket, which, to be honest, didn't realize required puff pastry. I guess I never realized what the thing around the
That's
pig
hilarious.
was.
I love how you had no idea this is like
I
you've
was like,
never
what's the blanket? I was like, it just looks like a miniature croissant. Like it's a miniature croissant. I don't know.
that's where the pastry comes. You can make it. You could technically make that pastry yourself, but I mean, would you
Wait,
have
can I make a croissant out of puff pastry?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Isn't that like the whole point of the puff pastry?
I don't know. There's no.
It is. I think you can just roll it.
That's crazy. I'm
I
about to make
think.
croissants in the morning.
Let me see.
Oh my God, fun.
Make croissants out of puff pastry.
Okay, let's see. We are teaching the people of the world so many things
I'm
today.
filled with useless, not useless.
So am I. And I hate that I'm like, okay, Disney World opened in 1971. Like, why? Like, that's great.
My
Oh my
friends
God,
make
it's their 100th anniversary or it's their 50th anniversary and nothing's happening. That's
see
funny.
that.
See? Useless.
Yeah, I think you can. Is Oh wait, hold on. No, you cannot use puff pastry to make croissants because you would end up with a compact and tough block of cooked dough that is not
Mm.
airy or not very pleasant to eat. So I am wrong.
Mm. I wonder what croissants are made out of. Yeast?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. Dough is like my least favorite thing in the kitchen to make.
Oh, to make, not to eat. I was
Yeah.
about to say
Oh no, I will
cinnamon
eat all the
rolls
dough.
turn up.
I will eat all the dough. But yeah, something about yeah, I don't get down with
Yeah.
yeast and the rise and the weight
Yeah.
and like it's I barely have patience
Listen,
for men.
when it comes to yeast, I don't want it down under and I don't want it on my kitchen counter.
Hear
No,
you.
thank you. Oh, so gross. Do you have a favorite thing that you cook? Do you cook?
Yes, I do cook.
You're a
Um,
cooker. He lives by himself. He cooks. He's
mhm.
single. Everybody come snatch.
um, it takes a lot to get my attention.
Ah!
But uh, yeah, my favorite thing to cook probably a Spanish dish called
Mm.
bistec encebollado, which means like steak and onions. But it's basically like cubed steak with onions, vinegar, garlic. It's just so good.
I
It's so
love
good. You
that.
serve it over white rice and like you cook it for like 4 hours and the
See, anything that takes long is just not my motive.
I see I'm not gonna lie, like it's tough for me to cook for myself because I can't justify the cleanup for myself.
Same.
But I love cooking for other people. So like
So do
when
I.
yeah, when I have people over, like I do love cooking for them and I love seeing and it's so funny because I won't eat. I'll literally cook this
Well,
whole,
it's also so hard is when you cook, like you are already like snacking on something while you're cooking,
yeah,
or like you're smelling all of this shit and then it's done and you're like, yeah,
I'm
no,
done. The
good.
moment's like come and gone with me already,
Like
you know?
maybe leftovers, but then it's like hard because then like the next day you're like, I'm gonna have leftovers. And then you look at it and you're like, I'm craving something different. And then it's just an entire circle. And it's difficult. It's
Yeah.
difficult. How many tattoos do you got? A
Over
lot.
20.
Do you
Over
have a
20.
favorite?
Favorite? You know what? Yeah, it's this one here.
That's the oh no, I did you hear me? I was about to say that's the Hufflepuff sign.
Yeah, I heard you like about to say a
That's
reference,
embarrassing as fuck. What
and I
is that?
literally
That's
was
like
like,
that's a
it's not.
European crest.
Yes, this is a my dad's my last name, the
Which
family.
please say for the audience.
Say it for everybody, like what the actual last name is. Correa, which means belt in Spanish.
Interesting. Which I told Joelle in the beginning, I'm obsessed with like getting names right. Like I have to. I have a photographic memory, especially
Good.
like if I don't get it right and I fuck it up, probably will fuck it up every single time. Um, but there's something about it. Listen, I took Spanish classes in high school, loved it. I was actually pretty proficient. I was like really good at it. I can't roll my R's and it stresses me out. Like it is gross to the point where I wanted to join and hop on that trend and do the whole Cardi B thing. And I get a little, oh, Kurt, like I can't do it. Like I don't know what that sound that comes out of my mouth is, but it's not right. It's not okay. Like I just offended an entire like ethnicity. Like I'm
No, you're
sorry.
fine. There are
Lo
Hispanic.
siento. Like I it's so bad.
There's people who can say it, and they are of Latino descent, so you're
Yeah.
fine.
So this crest
Mhm.
is because of your last name, is what you said?
Yeah, my last name, it's which obviously came from my father. He passed away well, this October will be 6 years ago. So right after he passed away, I went and pretty much like a lot of the tattoos here are dedicated to him. So like 421 is his birthday. He was obsessed with grandfather or with pocket watches, and
Yeah.
his last phone call that he made was at 10:23 in the morning on October 23rd, 10:23. So I got the
Wow.
time set to that. Um, and then yeah, I mean, and then just slowly but surely, I've just kind of like built. I'm gonna get his portrait here in this blank space. And then yeah. Oh, and
Are
then
there
this also dedicated to him as well.
any that you wish you hadn't got?
No.
I love that. Does every single one have a meaning?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't really look at them like yes, there's a meaning because I know what people are talking about when they say meaning, but
Yeah.
I look at tattoos more like mile markers. Like for me, I literally can remember the energy I went into the tattoo studio with and like why I did like I could just remember everything about the gusto as
Yeah.
to why I would have done something for one of the tattoos. Like I have matching tattoos with both of my exes. I was in 2 5-year relationships back to back, and I have tattoos with both of them, and I still talk to them. I'm still amicable with them. I'm not saying that that's like, I'm sorry. And I don't mean to say that as like you should be friends with your exes. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that like people would say like, oh, you got a matching tattoo with your ex. You're fucking crazy.
Mhm.
And it's like, no, like I don't think it's that deep. I think people make things a lot deeper than they need to a lot of the times.
Yeah. Me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always. 24/7 overthinking. I was in every time I'm in the gym. Today especially because I went a little bit later than usual and I was like one more hot guy and I'm walking out. I said if one more person, I was like, but I was like getting it. I was having a good time.
You know
I
what?
ended up crying again because I was watching. Oh my god, I was watching. I cried at everything, but I was watching Infinity War, and I got to the part with Peter Parker, and I couldn't. I lost
I
it.
didn't see it. I didn't see it yet. I didn't see it yet. I know. I worked my
I
way.
was gonna put a spoiler alert, but it's been like 4 years.
I know. But I made my way literally through quarantine. I made my way through the Marvel franchise.
Where
So
are you?
I will let you know right now.
This is an
Like, I'm
atrocity.
not even
Is that a
joking.
word?
Okay, so I am at,
Um,
I believe I am at either, I think I'm at Thor Ragnarok
how are you watching them? In order
in
of release or in order of
release.
chronologically?
Release.
Release. When did Thor Ragnarok come out?
2017.
Oh my God. So you're one off. It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Infinity
It's
War is such a good
so
movie.
like I'm going to. It's literally the next one because I saw Black Panther already. And
God.
then
It's
yeah, and then it's
so
just
good.
Captain
Have you
Marvel.
been, so are you kind of waiting on watching WandaVision or have you seen that?
I have not seen WandaVision. I will though once.
Okay, for sure. Wait, because you're gonna want to know what happens. I'm gonna talk about it in another podcast, but y'all, if you haven't, even if I feel like even if you aren't a Marvel fan, it is insane. It is incredible, incredible. Do you watch a lot of television? Are you a television person? Are you a movie
I
person?
have I have cable, and it's so funny because I don't watch a lot of cable. I think
Oh,
like
I've never watched cable like ever.
yeah, like I'm not
I'm a
a
Netflix. I watch everything on Netflix,
see.
everything on
I'm
Hulu.
subscribed. I have Hulu, Netflix, Vudu. I have like so many of the services, and at the end of the day, I end up just like going on Amazon Prime and just renting whatever it is that I actually feel like watching. Like
That's so funny.
it's so bizarre, man. Like it's such a process for me because I'm a film like lover. Like I just love film. Like
What's your
if
favorite movie?
my favorite movie, you're
Yes.
asking me as a film lover to pick
Yep.
a singular movie.
Yep.
That's not gonna
That's
happen.
why I'm obsessed because I heard this on another podcast and I'm obsessed with it. But like watching, or maybe it was something someone told me. I don't remember. Someone's gonna call me out for it. But um just watching the reaction when you ask someone that is enough to know what that person is like.
Yeah,
If you can't answer, like that's so funny because I can answer like that.
I can't because like they
I'm obsessed with movies.
typically hold like like I go to them like a sacrament, you
Yeah.
know, like I go to them for a spiritual reason, like so the Matrix I can tell you like my top
I've
5.
never wait, okay, yeah, do that. I've never seen The Matrix.
What?
I was supposed to watch it and this is hilarious. I was supposed to, oh my God, I was supposed to watch it in my aunt's ex-husband's basement, but I didn't end up doing it. I fell asleep and I want to watch it because I want to see, obviously, I want to watch the scene everybody always recreates with the like thing. What is it, like a sword or spear or
The bullet
whatever,
time. No, the
where they
bullet
like,
time.
they duck and she like arches
Yeah.
her back and she's like,
It was like that movie,
speaking,
it broke minds with like
yeah.
cinematographic
Yeah.
effect.
Well,
And
I did back in high school. I did an entire paper on, we had to choose a director, and I
mm,
decided to choose James Cameron. And I didn't realize how insane James Cameron was, not only in Avatar, but in all films. And he just like designed new technology and whatnot. Still waiting on Avatar 2, get with the program. Um, but yeah, I'm also obsessed with movies. I want to talk about something really fast. I want to go off a tangent. I know it's like weird to go off a tangent in this direction, but for 2 seconds, because I just think it's hilarious. And then I want to hear your like top five or whatever. So you can think about it or like kind of tell this. Because we were just talking about Matrix and we were talking about that scene where, is it a girl or a guy?
it's a guy.
Okay, so it's a guy that like arches his back
Hmm.
and does the like swishy motion because he's avoiding.
Bullets.
Oh, bullets. Okay. Like slow. Are they in slow motion? Everyone portrays it as slow motion.
Yeah, well, what happens, yes, like bullets get shot at him, and like at first it's in real time, the bullets flying at him, and then eventually like it's actually been copied a million times, and it's something we see now. You
Yes.
might think of it as just slow motion now when you're seeing a bullet and like the camera travels around it and all of that. That's something that the Matrix pioneered. So like in the scene, yes, he gets shot at and it's real time. He falls back in real time, but then the camera pans around the entire
Oh,
sequence, but
okay.
it's all slow motion and it's
That's how I run, by the way, is slow motion. Like when I'm on the treadmill and I'm like, okay, okay, fast feet, slow heart. Fast, so I can keep my heart rate like normal. I'm like, fast feet, slow heart, just like the Matrix, slow motion. Let's go.
I
It's so bad. But we talked about, oh God, this is so bad. The fact that this is where my mind goes, but I low-key was talking about it the other day. Um, because I'm being taught a couple things, and I actually asked my high school best friend this morning. I was like, "Show me." I was doing the deed the other day, and said person was like, "Arch your back." And when I tell you, I looked like an ocean wave because I couldn't figure out what the fuck that meant. I was like, do I move it this way? Do I move it that way? Like hunching forward, hunching backwards. Like,
no,
how does
arch
one
your back means
arch their back? I was like this. I was like that. I was
you're
like,
literally like that comment on TikTok where it's like me in the bed and it's like the wasp and the ant and the wasp and the ant. That's you trying to figure out what the fuck you were supposed
I
to
couldn't figure it out. And then he was like, raise your ass, keep your back down. Like, this will help too. I was like, because I'm learning how to work, just being honest on this podcast. I'm learning how to bottom better. And when I tell you when he said archer back, I said, this man happened to be 32. And I was just trying to learn. And he's like super chill, super cool about it. However, I was like, I don't know what the fuck, and I had to be honest, I don't know what the fuck that means. He was like, I was like, okay. Because sometimes, I mean, my body just tries to reject somebody like coming inside of me. Um,
You gotta tell me twice,
and
sis.
so I just like, he was like, arch your back. I was like, you got to give me some analogy. Like, I can't just work with arch your back. Like, am I supposed to look like the Golden Gate Bridge? Am I supposed to look like the St. Louis Arch? Like, I need you to give me a picture. I need to know what we're doing here.
Why are you? You're a mess.
Like, are we two fingering? And I don't mean like when you pick me up.
No, you're a whole mess.
I was like, what am I doing?
You are
Next is a fun conversation. Is it
That's
rude if they're topping and you come and they don't? Like, is that disrespectful if you don't help them finish? But like, if they just walk away,
you're
like,
asking the wrong guy because, like, I mean, I'm not a bottom,
sex etiquette.
but I, when I have bottomed, will put on my best Academy Award winning performance until the deed is done. I am very good at it. I will make you think that it was my calling. And then as soon as it's over, I will make you think I hate you for ever having done that to me. Don't ever do that to me again.
Walk out,
And
bitch.
I,
No. I'm
oh,
going to bed. You're not sleeping with me. The door's right there. You came in. You know where it's
oh,
at. Fucking leave.
like what they didn't realize is that I slowly was putting an article of their clothing out, like piece by
Yeah.
piece as they were doing the deed. I was
Of
just
course.
putting
You
piece by
walk to the bathroom, you're like, your clothes are right there. I
they're
gotta
already
clean up.
outside.
And by the time I come back out, you
They're
better
already
be
outside.
gone.
Your clothes are literally already outside. You can get dressed outside of my
Yeah.
apartment.
Yeah.
No, yeah, yeah, I just, and to be honest with you, I even like, and this is controversial,
Oh,
um,
oh my
but
God.
for me, topping and bottoming is boring. Like, I just have to be honest with you, like, it's fun, but
Okay.
but it's boring. It's kind of like if that's
Okay.
all your sex life is, that's kind of boring. Like, I can't imagine
You
like
mean one or the other?
no, I mean like if that's all your sex life is, it's just like this binary of topping and bottoming. I
No,
can't
that's what
imagine,
I'm saying. Like, I mean, like, you're saying, like, if you were to top the rest of your life.
or like just topping, or like even if I was versed the rest of my life, the fact that like my sexual activity is confined to
Oh,
just
you mean,
penetration.
bitch, you want to get me in bed? Foreplay the shit out of me.
Well, what I don't understand
Give
is
me
that like
something.
it's it's honestly like I think how 90% of gay men operate is that
Yeah.
like
Well, they only
like
ask top or
dates.
bottom. They never ask, do you want to suck my dick?
It's even beyond. I can't even tell you how much fun I've had with my partners
Okay.
outside of like traditional just
Give it
good
to me. Like
sex.
what?
Yeah, like you mentioned it, you know, like oral, that's one, right? But then like, I
It was
mean,
so fun. And by the way, there's so many ways to do it that,
yeah, sensual
you never
massages,
know what you're going to get.
baths, and like,
Yeah.
there,
Amen.
there's tons of ways that I can enjoy your body, and I don't need
Amen.
to be inside of you or you be inside of
Love.
me.
Obsessed.
Um,
There's nothing I love more than literally just sitting and making out. If that's all I did one night, done. Like the deed is done. Like you did it. Like congratulations.
but that's the thing though. I think I've had people ask me like, you know, like, are we, because obviously I get perceived, I get it, I get perceived as a bottom a lot, I think, because I do makeup. And so
I
naturally
love that conversation. People think I'm a bottom all the time, which like
yeah.
I'm
And
first, but like
shout,
okay.
and me saying that I'm not a bottom is not bottom shaming. I want to make that very abundantly clear.
Yeah.
Um, as a top, you bottom shaming is just stupid. That makes no sense. But I just personally don't. I don't know. Like I just like it's fun. Like the biggest thing I keep coming back to is that, you know, penetration. Yeah, that's great. It's fun. It's very intimate. It's extremely intimate. But then like I don't know. Like I don't know what
Listen,
else.
what me and
I don't
Joelle
know
are
how to take
saying,
care of myself.
what me and Joelle are saying is if you want to make us horny, show us your bank account. We'll get started from there.
What?
We want to know how much debt you're in. We want to know, give us that little
Don't use
foreplay.
me to hide behind this criteria. He said what we are saying is we need to see your credit score.
And
And
if you
your
can't rent my own apartment, you can't rent my ass. Like, let's.
no, yeah, I just and so naturally, yeah, I get a lot of like weird looks, and it's just like, so what do you do? And it's just like, what do you do? Like I'm like,
Hey, when people ask that, I'm like, what do you mean? What do I do?
yeah, like so for my whole thing is like if a straight person came up to me and told me that they only had like missionary sex the rest of their life, I would think that was sad. I would not think that's fun. I don't know. Like, so that's why when people kind of reduce gay sex to just topping and bottoming, I'm like, that's it. That's it. That's literally it. That's how you fell in love with men's bodies
Sticking it in.
was just sticking it in. There was no looking at it. There was no touching
There
it.
was no
There was
looking at it.
there was no like that's what I mean is that like me, I could get off on just looking at my partner. Like I could like you could just stand in the
Facts.
way ass naked and I'm like, you are sexy.
Amen. I've had a couple sexual experiences where I stop and I look at them and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you're gorgeous. I would like to look at your face for a while. And they're like, you're in me. And I'm like, what's your point? I'm like,
People are yeah, and I think it's like if especially like I get it, we're men and it's like dominance and like I get it. It's all a thing. It's all a trope, but I just yeah, so I've been single for like 2.5 years. Um
are you living life? Are you a relationship kind of person though?
yeah, I'm a very relationship oriented kind of guy. I mean my very first boyfriend and I were together for 5.5 years.
Yeah.
We broke up and I got into another relationship immediately for another 5 years.
How
Um,
immediately? What was the time span between the two? Do you know?
like overlapped. It was supposed to be polyamorous and then ended up not being
Got
polyamorous.
it.
So like what ended up being was supposed to be like the third person into it ended up being just like my second boyfriend because the
That's
first
wild.
one, yeah. Um, I so that's why like you know when it comes to relationships and love and being alone and solitude and all that like and just gay love and gay and just all of that
Yeah.
I like no there's not many people who I can look at that share my experience that have had long-term relationship especially at my age because most gay guys in their 20s were fucking around, you know, even my
Yeah.
first ex got to fuck around, you know, like after we broke up he had the rest of his 20s to fuck around, whereas I spent the rest of my 20s in a second relationship.
Yeah.
Um, Now here I am in my 30s, and I didn't go through like that, like what they call the hoe phase. I didn't go through the hoe phase.
Yeah.
Um, and I still haven't. I still haven't. I'm like too
You don't
like
have to be.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't have to be, but also like I get performance anxiety. Like I can't sit here and just be meeting up with like randoms
Yeah.
just at the drop of a hat either. It has to be like I gotta feel really vibey with you. Like I gotta like
I mean,
connect with
some people can't. Oh God, there's a sexual term for it in our alphabet.
yeah, demisexuality.
Yes, where you have to have that emotional connection
Yeah.
before you do anything, which I think is such a beautiful thing.
It is. It's funny because that's how I am with people whom I am getting to know. However, ironically, like I have had my like I think a lot of gay men have had their experiences like their little like cruisy scenarios and stuff like that. I've had my like my rando moments and stuff that like
Yeah,
things happened and then you just kind of like, all right, well that was a thrill and all right, and you just keep it moving and it was a
yeah.
memory in the fold of your mind somewhere. Um, but yeah, man, it's life's a work in progress. I just think that yeah, like the gay community is like really weird when it comes to like this thing of like even like if I was I mean I haven't had a grinder in years. But like if I was to like open up a grinder right now, I mean it would tell me what's my position, top, bottom, or verse. It wouldn't even bother to like what's your or prefer not to answer. Um
Imagine if Grinder had a setting of like, what do you prefer? And instead of it being like top, bottom, reverse, it was like dinner, movie. Like, imagine if it was like romantic shit or like just a romantic agenda. What do you prefer? The only option is romance, like romance.
I mean
Wine and dine me, bitch.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, right? Like, I just think that there is
I don't either, but there
more.
is so much more
Yeah,
to
there's
it that you
more.
can't express with
Yeah,
with singular words with
yeah.
what you prefer.
And I'm also like right now, right? Like, I would answer that as top because I don't like bottoming, and I don't want someone to assume that I would just bottom for because I only bottom for like my partners. Like, I would only bottom for like my long-term partners if it was that
And
they
you
were
would
like,
do
you know
that.
what, huh?
And you would do that?
What bottom for my long-term partners?
Yes.
I mean, I would like flip. I would be verse for my.
Yeah.
I have. I mean, in both of my long-term relationships, like I have bottomed
Well,
for
I
them.
just say that because people come for me when I'm like everybody's verse. Everybody turns verse. Like you can prefer a position, but like I've brought it up plenty of times. I'll just bring it up now because this is my podcast and nobody's heard it from me yet. But I always say that like I know this is a crazy analogy, but like if you were to get married at 25 and live to 100 and you never broke up, divorced, whatever, like you're telling me that you're going to top for 75 years of your life. Like that to me does not sound fun. So like I
Right.
know like some people are very opinionated. Some people are like, I don't feel comfortable doing this position. And I'm like, for me, I just feel like you like eventually you might get there. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I just have
I
a very strange viewpoint.
uh, for me, I think yeah, like doing something for the rest of like one thing the rest of your life is like weird. That I mean, but at the same time, like I have my friends who thought it was weird that like I went through 10 years of long-term relationship dating and that I didn't need to top every time we had sex. Like I've been looked at like I'm insane. Like they literally like I've had my friends go like, "What's wrong with you?" Like you like and I've had them go like, "And you're sure you're a top?" And I'm like, why is like I just don't understand this. It's like if you're not ready to like basically rape and please trigger warning, right? Like if you're not ready to rape and pillage someone in like the most absurd way, it seems like, or if you're not that dominant, it just seems like, well, then you don't fit the mold of like what the top archetype looks like. And it's just very strange. It's very, very strange.
Our
And
community is very interesting and
mm,
dare I say the most toxic. And there's just so many things. And
there's
I
give and
don't
take
feel
too.
like there
Yeah.
needs to we're saying so much, like we're using so many words, but saying nothing.
What do you mean by that?
We have so many words for things, and I just like I understand that we need there's terms for things, whatever, but I just feel like there's too many. We're using too many words. It's just annoying at this point. I'm like the amount of
I mean,
questions.
I think it's
It's
easy
like
for us
I'm
to say
taking a
that.
survey every time I need to hook up.
I got you. I mean, I think it's just, I think we just live in a day and age where we all want to feel like we have a space, right? And I think you and I can say very easily, because it's not a concern for us to feel like we have a space. We're cisgender gay men, right? Like, yeah, we're gay,
Yeah.
but like we're cisgender gay men. So it's like a thing where it's like, A, we have male privilege, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. We do
Yep.
have male privilege. But like there's, so I guess like in essence, you know, I don't want to take away from the plight of maybe there needing to be a label for demisexuality.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that doesn't bother me. Like, I don't
Okay.
even mean like the alphabet. Like,
Mhm.
I want to be inclusive as all I can be.
So
Um,
so get specific. Like what exactly is coming? Because it seems like something is triggering right now.
I
As
just
I'm sitting
there's
there, you got
so many
passionate.
things that so many people want to know. I
Like
don't know, and rightfully so. Okay, for me, like the whole grinder thing in general stresses me out. Like pictures, what are you into? Like, and again, like it's
mhm.
all those questions, and you think that they're specific, but it doesn't really describe what I really want. Those are the questions we're not asking. Like, I know I'm going off on a tangent. It's
No, no,
weird.
no, you're not. I think you, it's funny that you're saying this because I was talking to a close friend about this, and I had told them that I'm at an age now and I'm at a confidence level now where I don't need to be mean. If I was to, like, if I was to be on Grinder and someone did hit me up, I would just feel okay with someone else not being okay with something, if that makes sense. Before, like, if I found the guy particularly hot, I would do a lot to like make things work out. Like I like whatever. He had a shitty personality, maybe he was too pushy, he was too whatever, but he was hot. So like who cares? Like we'll deal with it. Something like that, right? Now, if I feel like you're pushy, I won't whatever. Won't even like it's this thing where now I realize my own worth in the scenario.
Yeah,
And I think that's where people like you and I would get frustrated is we don't want to feel like we're being interrogated and we don't know why you want to know this information. At the end of
yeah,
the day, like people can do weird things with that information. Like you tell
yeah.
them one thing they don't like, they don't respond. And I
And I
used to
trap
think that
myself into that too because I'm doing it on purpose. And I'll pick and choose. I will pick and choose different photos for different people because I'm like, this person
you're trying to
probably
appease to their
wants this instead of that. Especially because I'm Italian as fuck. And so let's just say a profile, because I am on Grinder, says Harry's a plus. I don't send any shaved photos. I send all the hairy ones.
mm-hmm.
Like I am putting myself in this box. So I get frustrated because I'm like, because in my mind, that's not what I want because I am a relationship type of person. So anything sexual gets in my way because it's not one step closer to being in a relationship. And that's my fault because I am on those apps and I do want that instant gratification that comes with having sex. So I do it anyway.
That's so funny because sex to me is not gratifying.
Interesting.
Sex to me is not gratifying.
Ooh.
Sex to me is
I don't know if it's the sex, it's the just not being lonely part or not, excuse me, not being not lonely, but alone.
see, haven't you felt more alone not like being in the presence of someone else who you didn't feel a connection to?
I want to say I'm demisexual, like really bad, but I hook up and like
Phones and you listen to them.
I'm not saying I'm okay with it. What'd you say?
I said you have hormones and you listen to them.
Yes. Um, I have a need and I have to fulfill it.
You have an itch, you scratch it. See, that's the thing. I most of the time can scratch that itch with the device I'm talking to you on right now. this beautiful laptop of mine has come in very clutch.
I am going to tell you a sad fact. I really don't have friends. And people want to come for me for it. They're like, you're lying. Some people will come at me and be like, I am your friend. And some people are probably going to listen to this and say that. I have my high school best friend. She lives in New York. I love her. I call my sisters,
So,
and I call my aunt, and that's it. I have a couple of friends here in the area. I'm just saying this because I believe it. If I had a problem, and I've seen it, if I had a problem and I dropped the pin, no one would come to pick it up. That's not a friend to me. If you want to be my friend, if you're sad, I will do a shit ton of stuff for you. But if I'm sad, you give me a good luck, have fun with that. I'm so sorry, and no actions behind your words. So like this FaceTime stuff, like is great, and I love it. And when I do it, like this podcast right now, and me talking to you is that, but I don't get it that often.
hmm. Have you expressed your needs?
Specifically to the people where I'm like, I'm sad,
Um,
or just like
it's not about being sad. I don't want it to be about that.
okay,
It's more like, do these people know that that this
that I
is
need that.
a factor for you?
Probably not, which is weird because
Okay,
I'm a very honest, open person.
okay,
But for
that's
some,
fine.
yeah, but no, but like for some weird reason, I think it's because in my mind, I don't think they're that way. And I can't express those needs because they're not at that level yet. Cause I'm expecting
So
them to do it just to do
all
it.
of this sounds like you're getting mad at the horse not turning left when you wanted it to turn left, but you didn't tell the horse to turn
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
So you gotta speak up. You gotta like, I learned that I was getting more upset at the lack of consideration, because that's what it sounds like you're ranting about, the lack of consideration that
Yeah.
your acquaintances are offering you, the lack of effort and
Yeah.
labor that they are lending to you, until I one day called my closest acquaintances out and said, or I would openly speak in front of them and say, I'm a satellite figure to a lot of you all. I'm an afterthought to being invited to places. I am this or I am that. And I would confront that situation calmly and head on. Some of them overreacted. They would blow up in my face because I was saying that. And here I am knowing that they were being gaslighty. I would remain calm and say, this is just what I'm saying. If you have an issue with it, you can have an issue with it.
Yeah.
It's okay to have an issue with what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I learned that once I started realizing, no one, and you've heard this a million times, no one owes you anything. No
Yep.
one owes you anything. Second,
Unless you're fucking me, financing me, or feeding me.
and even then, they could
Really?
divorce you and leave you. And what then? And what then? And now what? All your purpose was contrived on one person, and now that they're gone and they're no longer fucking feeding or financing you, now what? So that's why I am a very big DIY person, because I think that at the end of the day, if you can be alone with your own crazy for extended periods of time without needing to project, unleash, unload, or any of that fun stuff that pretty much 90% of humans do out there, then I'd say like you're solid at that point. But if you, at the end of the day, for some reason, get into impulsive decision making, if impulsiveness is still a part of your person, then there's still work to be done at home before
Yeah.
you start expecting other people to jump in line for
Yeah.
you.
Well, see, here's the which like I'm gonna say something very strange. When I was, ladies and gentlemen, when I was bisexual, I always thought, and this is a gross way to look at it, and I look back and I'm like, why? I always thought, and I'm gonna get to the point, but I always saw men and women different. I always thought I was gonna marry a woman and just like, I don't know, fuck around with men or something. Cause I was like, I would be so delicate with a woman. Now I realize that has turned into kind of into my friendships and relationships, as if I've ever been in one. which is why I think I've never been in a relationship, because I'm brutally honest in relationships. But when it comes to friendships, I expect things. But in a relationship, like if I were to ever meet someone, I'd be like, these are my needs. If you can't meet them, it's not going to work out, which I think is totally okay. And everybody should do it. If they can't, I heard this on a podcast before. If, for me, if you can't, you know, call me once a day when you're not around me, you're not meeting my emotional needs. I need that, which it's different for everyone, but that's something I need. And some people think that's psychotic.
I
And
don't think that's psychotic. I think that, and please forgive me.
no,
Um,
please speak up.
I think that it is a very mid-20s way to think. I think it's a very, because I
Thank you
think
for
it
saying that I'm mid 20. That makes you very happy.
like
I'm
I
freshly 20, but
but like, and I say that because like in your teens and when you turn into like a legal adult 18 and all of that, I feel like you start to almost plant your two toothpick of a legs into the ground, into like who your identity is, right? Like, this is who I'm formulating myself to be. Then you hit your 20s and you start to feel like you go through like this secondary puberty of sorts, but like it's like awkward. You're figuring more shit out. Life throws a lot of shit at you that no one fucking warned you about. And then then you turn into, I need to assert myself.
yeah.
And it turns into like right now, everything I heard you say, I agree with. I just heard things that were missing from it.
Huh.
Things that would indicate that you're ready for a partnership, not a relationship.
So what is one specific thing that I said where it like
You didn't
differs?
say anything that would indicate that you'd be ready or willing to take on another person's needs themselves. Nothing about how you described anything about what you talked about even made mention of the other person's needs. It only made mention of your own. It only said, I'm at a point in my life where I know what I want and this is what I want. And if you can't meet it, then you need to go.
Wait, look at me coming to my defense. Like I was about to be so defensive so fast.
I
And
know.
I
And
only wanted to do that because I wanted to clarify
that you are. It's,
100% would
yeah,
do that for someone else, because
yeah.
that's all I've ever wanted was for someone. But I always say it first. I want someone to sweep me off my feet, but I also want to do that to someone else. I always say it my way first and then theirs, because I know it's true. But also, like, I said this on Valentine's Day. I said, I want someone to buy me food. I said that. I was like, I want to buy, like, mind you, we talked about this prior on Valentine's Day about my own food. I'm an independent person. I sat down, I watched TV, and
Yeah.
I, ate my Chinese food.
Yeah.
But on Valentine's Day, I was like, I want someone to buy me food. And then it was on my Instagram story. If you saw it, you saw it. I said, I want someone else to buy me food. However, I would buy them food as well. But in this moment, I want someone to buy me food.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that,
That's crazy.
yeah, I just think that yeah, it's very easy because we, especially like look at TikTok. It's very affirming of you are the main character, right? It's all
I
like
am, by
all
the
about
way.
that. And that's all great. And I think the reason that I've been alone for the past, because listen, if it finding a relationship, I hate to tell you, is it's just not that difficult. People who sit here and say like, oh well, it's hard to find a relationship. I just don't think it's that hard to find a relationship.
Where? Okay, well, tell me where. Tell me where,
I,
because I
I
want
just
one.
I think, but if you want a long,
Toys R Us.
if you want a long while worthwhile relationship, I think that is what's not going to come along easily.
Well,
You
that's what
could
I
settle
want.
for
Wait, so
anybody.
then what's you just mean like if you just want to like have a fuck buddy?
No, I think I just think that like me, when it comes to, I always look at relationship as I want someone who's going to enrich my life and I enrich theirs.
Amen. Well, and I always say that if you are still saying some form of shit where it's like they're my other half, they complete my whole, it's a 50-50, you're wrong. It's two independent people who have 100% of themselves who are coming together as
Yeah,
a team to enhance each other's lives.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Anything less than that isn't a relationship. One of you is getting fucked over.
I mean, unless the 100% of that one person is that they like to be submissive and maybe only be that 40%. Maybe that like maybe that is 100% of that person. Like either
Well,
which
but
way.
being submissive and giving 40% still include they're giving 100% of being
Right.
submissive, but
I
it's
think
only
you're getting my
yeah.
point, right?
Yeah.
So but yeah, I think that it's very easy for us to get caught up in what we know we deserve or what we think we deserve. But what we don't realize is that in order for us to get what we deserve, even in that relationship, there will be things that we do need to sacrifice. There will be things that you
Yeah.
do need to put on the back burner. There will be things that you maybe were told for 30 years straight that you were absolutely right about, people saying your praises about them, and this person's here to hold up a mirror and tell you that it's not that cute.
So let me ask you a question. Do you know what the 80-20 rule is?
Mm-mm,
You don't?
mm-mm.
I was going to ask if you believe in it. So this has been going around. The 80-20 rule is 80, you get 80% of what you want and the 20% you compromise, which I low key fucking hate. And I don't think that's true.
I think that's just some mathematician that needed to put a number on it. um because I see where they're as you know, I can see what they're trying to say with this, because that what they're trying to say is that you're never going to be 100% like you're not going to meet this person or one singular person and not have at least one issue with them. There's gonna be a difference of opinion somewhere.
Yeah.
um I dated a wonderful guy that unfortunately had a relationship with their father that I didn't agree with. They didn't have a confrontational relationship with their father. They did not want to confront them about racist tendencies that their father had. And as a person of color, here I am knowing that this individual is extraordinary. Like I hadn't met a guy like him in a long time.
Yeah.
And here's this really significant flaw. It's a significant flaw because to me, I would never let my mom speak illy of my partner just
Absolutely.
because of their ethnicity. That I mean, it would never happen.
Of course.
But I stood up to my mom over politics. You know what I mean? So I just so it was a very disappointing thing for me to accept. That I don't dictate that person's relationship with their family. I don't.
Yeah.
As much as I would love for that person to sit here and be like, you know what, you're so important to me that fuck how I feel about it. I mean, that would, of course, the hopeless romantic in me is just like dying for that to happen. But realistically, it's probably not. And also it's, if I hate to say it, but like I had to put myself in a weird way, I had to put myself in their shoes and say, I'm not in a position, like if I had to maybe tell my mom that God wasn't real, because my mom is a very religious person, I guess it would be like if I was dating an atheist and they were asking me, you better tell your mom to just, to stop all the God talk. And I guess there would be an element of apprehension there. So I get it. I guess it's just, for me, apples and oranges, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess to me that sounds like a very cynical way to put it, this 80-20 situation. Because I think the problem, I'm going to be honest with you, that I even see it in my gay friends that are older than me that are in relationships. And I don't have anything against open relationships, but it's just so interesting to me that I haven't met many people that aren't in an open
Can
relationship.
I be super honest? And I'm not going to go super into it. And I know blanket statements sometimes are very dangerous. I promise there will be a podcast on it. I don't. I don't like open relationships. I don't like that people are in them. It frustrates me. And I know it's weird because I am such an advocate of like your body, your choice, your decisions. You do it, you do whatever.
It doesn't affect me. It
And
doesn't
it
affect me.
doesn't, but I just, for some weird reason in my brain, it hinders me. And it's like
Why?
every guy I meet now is in an open relationship. I met a guy on the street. I saw he was cute. We waved at each other. We walked back. I gave him his number. Halfway through, I was like, "Are you single?" I had to ask that. I had to say, "Are you single?" Which is not a question I feel like I should have to ask. And
Straight people were doing it long before we were.
and I quote, "No, but we're into it." And it bothers. I don't want to go super into it right now, but like it does bother me, and it kills me because I don't want it, because I am a romantic, and that's
So
what.
I think it's safe to say that I think maybe you're just frustrated that you're not encountering many men who
And
don't want
correct.
it, okay? But I don't think there's anything wrong with open relationships. I don't desire one for myself. I have close friends whom I've hooked up with whom are in open relationships, like, and like I get it. It's just, it's not my relationship. It's not my bed.
Yeah.
It's not my bed. I don't have to sleep in it. So that's not really my issue. I'm not on Grindr, I'm not on Tinder, I'm not on any dating apps. I've been very contently in my solitude.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, man, I just think that I personally, what I don't like is being made fun of for not being in an open relationship. I think that is a bigger issue I have, is like, I don't like being called because listen, I've had my experiences.
Mhm.
I've had my fun. Okay. I haven't had a whole phase, but like, you would have thought, okay. But yeah, I have a bigger problem with like being made fun of for like there's a bathhouse here in Philadelphia, and I mean, obviously a gay bathhouse, and it's I the reaction I get all the time when people who meet me find out that I've never been there. Like, you've never been there? And it's like, no. I was in 10 years of long-term relationships. What need did I have to go to a gay bathhouse?
Yeah.
My bathhouse was my home. I had a bath and I had a house, and there was a gay
And
man in
the
it. I could get
fuck.
it at any time. Like, I don't understand what else I needed to pay $40 to just get a tiny closet broom, or broom closet, and a towel, and access to some condoms. Like, this is just insane to me. Do I see why they're there? Yes. But don't make fun of me because I mean, I'm not making fun of you for going. I haven't said anything this whole time that would indicate that I would be shaming somebody for
Yeah.
going or something like that. So yeah, I have an issue with, like, especially when I tell guys, like, yeah, I'm a top, but like, I'm totally cool with like never topping or bottoming. And as soon as they hear that, they're just like, well, what do you mean? Like, what would you do then? It's like, oh, so like nothing happens? Like, that's it. Nothing can ever happen because we we don't top or bottom. So literally all the bridges are closed. We're done. It's a done deal. So these things to me
Mhm.
are just they're very trivial. And it seems very arbitrary as to like,
People get so nervous. See, like sex talk is fun, but like once you get into like the relationship stuff and you like have opinions about it and things like that, people like snap because everything about a gay relationship is so controversial.
I think I just think that I mean, I think gay men can be strong personalities. Not all of them are. Some
I
of them
think,
are,
yeah.
but a lot of them can be. Um, and I actually had this conversation recently. I think gay men go through the lens of their life always having to be sassier than all of their counterparts growing up, right? Like, if you even were with all straight boys, you had to outwit or out straight or out bro the straight boys. If you were with girls, then you had to be super sassy. You had to, like, I mean, these are all tropes that no matter if we like to admit it or not, we feel obligated to kind of align ourselves to it at some point or another. And we kind of live our experiences this way. And I think that by proxy, it pigeonholes us into this weird behavior, like this pattern of behavior where like someone says something shady and like immediately the defensiveness goes up. It's, oh girl, oh no, what we're not going to do is, and it's like immediately it becomes this, it's like a pissing match.
Yeah.
I I don't find many gay guys that, I mean, that mirror my like temperament, my best friend, he's Russian. I love him to pieces. And ironically, we actually had met on Grindr, and it was only to be friends. Like, it was not for anything. And later on down the line, we got really drunk one night and things happened, but we actually didn't go all the way. Ironically, we made out for a bit, we got naked, and then before we knew it, we were like, what are we doing? We should not be doing this. And he's the only person literally in 30 years that I've been alive that I can legitimately not worry. Like, he can be blunt with me. Like, I was on a live the other day and he was with me. And he was sitting next to me for a part of it. And at the end of it, like, once we wrapped up, he said, girl, I love you, but your breath was humming for that last part of that live. Like, I needed to get you a glass of water or something. I wasn't offended. Like, I'm not gonna like I love you, like, absolutely. Like, and we had a whole conversation about how you can't be like that with gay guys, how gay guys just get very, and this is a gross generalization, but yeah, gay guys get very, very
Oh, I'm so okay with saying it. Gay guys are the most judgmental people you can meet. They are. It's
I like to say they can be. I don't like to just say they are, only because, like, I don't consider myself to be judgmental. Everyone judges, but I don't consider myself to be judgmental. And yeah, I'm very go with the flow, like, if at the end of the day, like, you're not affecting how many hours of sleep I'm getting at the end of the day or my ability to make money.
Yep.
I'm not concerned. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. We went on a crazy rant. That was
Yeah. That was.
I have like 2 more questions because I want to talk about it. So in like 1-2 word response, what is Joelle's deal breaker?
My deal breaker: arrogance and apathy. Arrogance and apathy. They're huge deal breakers for me. Because I put a lot of effort in. I get excited to just, like, cook you some dinner. Like, and if you're gonna be, like, apathetic, you never want to do anything, and yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh my God. Let's go back. What are your top 5 movies?
Top 5 movies. I'm gonna count the Matrix trilogy as one movie.
Yes.
The Fifth Element,
Okay.
Sister Act 1 and
Okay.
2. We'll count them as one. Um, oh, Halloween, the original Halloween. Um, oh, fuck. And Mortal Kombat, even though it's terrible.
I just want to say, out of all those movies you just mentioned, I have not seen a single one. I have seen Sister Act, both of them at some point in my life. I don't remember them. And I've seen the newest Halloween movie with Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, I know she started in the original, but like the newest one, whatever that one was.
I mean, that was a good nod to the originals and stuff,
It
but,
was good
like,
as fuck.
it was good. I didn't mind it. I love that she was back, but I hated that they tried to, like, completely act like number 2 and all didn't happen. I thought that was really fucking weird.
Yeah.
And I have an issue with, like, they're coming out with the 4th Matrix, and I'm like, it ended perfectly. I don't know why you would need to do anything else to this movie. But we'll see. We'll see. At least it has the original writers.
That's a plus.
Yeah. The Wachowski sisters are writing the 4th one. But yeah, those are my favorite, I think. And Hocus Pocus. I have a Hocus Pocus set too.
Okay.
Another one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite Halloween movie?
Yeah. That's my favorite Halloween movie. For sure. I'm not a Nightmare Before Christmas guy.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
By the way, it is a Halloween movie. Just to smash that rumor right now. People who are deciding whether it's a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie, I don't understand you. It's called Nightmare Before Christmas. The holiday before Christmas, which is said Nightmare and Nightmare Before Christmas, is Halloween. So just in case people can't read the title or understand, I understand that you can't, but it is Halloween because it is the Nightmare Before Christmas.
I
Otherwise,
know
it would just be called Christmas.
you are a strong
I'm
person.
opinionated as fuck.
You are
But
like,
there are just some specific things where I can't budge. Nightmare Before Christmas is apparently one of them.
I cannot with you.
Oh my god. Well, this has been fun.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, I have one more question that I like
Yeah.
to ask all of my guests.
Mhm.
Are we dating?
I mean, what constitutes dating?
Oh, we're gonna go on this. I mean, girl, I don't know. Your standards are different than mine, so probably not. I mean, I don't know. Like, I want 1950s without the misogyny and homophobia. I don't know what you want, but
Oh, okay. So you want to feel like a 1950s housewife.
girl, give it. Nah, I'm ambitious as fuck, and I need them to be ambitious as fuck. That's my deal breaker. If you ain't
Okay.
ambitious, then I can't do
So
it.
then what are
No,
you
I
even
want I
placing
want
yourself in the 1950s
drive-in
for?
movies. I want picnic in the park. I want
That's chivalry.
hiking and
That's chivalry and romance and adventure. That
okay,
is not no
well,
1950s. I don't
listen.
know what you talking about some 1950s for, because people gonna put you in a white picket fence in a picnic table dress and ask you to bake a
Damn.
cherry pie and put it on your windowsill. That's what they
As
gonna.
long as you're doing my makeup, I will 100% do that look.
I cannot. You're hilarious. You are absolutely hilarious.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm still single and will still be single. So, if anybody wants my phone number, it is no, I'm just kidding.
Don't worry. I'm
Well,
gonna slide into his DMs right after this, right
oh
now.
my god, the amount of people that are gonna do that is a number between negative and zero. So if you anyways, thank you for joining me today. I had a lot of fun and um I will continue to watch your amazing artistry and your incredible talent come to life. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited. Um yeah, I'm just excited for you to have been here and talk about a lot of stuff. We went from monocles to serious relationship shit and I'm
Movies to
1000%
grinder to sex.
okay with it.
Yeah,
Um
open book.
open book. Open book. I love when people are like, my favorite thing is when you're like, is there any question I can't ask? And they're like, no, I'm an open book. The next question you ask them, they're like, and I'm
We never
like,
talk
you
about
just
that.
lied to me. You just lied right to my face. But
Nothing was off
anyways,
limits.
what'd you say?
I said, no, nothing with me was off limits. You were good.
No, I know. Oh my God. I like want there to be a question I can't ask someone. I'm like, what is it? What is the one?
I can't
Um,
think of a question.
like I'm like, have you done porn? Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, not that's out.
oh, girl,
Not that's like been uploaded anywhere.
tea. I also love that. Well, I was gonna be like, why'd you break up? Like and that always in my mind is like a very serious question.
No, yeah, but I mean that's still a fair question.
Yeah.
First relationship we broke up because things felt like we started dating when we were 19. We were returning 25 that following year, and we were like, did we settle really young? Did we rush into like literally being a married couple? Because we
Yeah.
don't have a ring, but we're literally a married couple. We live together. We've lived together for 4 years. We were together for 5.5. And then he felt like it was time to see what else was out there, and he
Mhm.
did. And then I was with the second one. The second one was a bit more of a toxic relationship. That one was a bit more tumultuous. And that one ended because we had to end it. It was just,
Yeah.
we had no more blood that we could shed. Like there was just no more. Like there was nothing else one of us could give. We were
Yeah.
done. We were
Which like
done.
those are one of those things where it's like I just like felt that in my body and it felt great when you're like in some sort of toxic something and you
Mm,
just like break it off. The
mm.
weight of feeling that that is off of your shoulders is in fucking credible.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to admit, like it didn't feel that way for me. It didn't feel that way.
Yeah. I
I
mean, regardless, you
ironically
break
had
off and fly though. It
I
might
think
have taken you 2 years, but here you are.
yeah. Listen, we'll
Not because of it.
another chat another
Not
day,
because
maybe
of
not
all right,
recorded.
all right. We won't get into it. We're just it's gonna be like a 5 hour podcast. People are gonna be like, oh God.
You're gonna listen, your listen rate by this point is gonna be gone. Like it's just gonna taper off by this point in the
Listen, if people want to go and they want to come back, you want to watch half of it and watch half of it later, fucking do it.
That's okay.
Fucking do it.
Do it.
Listen to it while you're working out. Listen to it while you're cooking. Listening to it while you're fucking. I don't fucking know. Do what you want. Fuck to my voice. Please don't. I'm not.
You do.
Never
You
mind.
want them to. You said that because you want them to. You're hoping everywhere someone's clapping cheeks to your voice just talking in the
Could
background.
you fucking
Look, you're getting
imagine
red and
though?
everything. Look, you're just getting all flustered. Look at you. Look at you. He got to hide behind a scrim. Look at him.
Oh my god. Anyway, imagine if I fucked someone to my own voice. JK, I do that every day. Anyways, I I hope you all guys enjoyed this podcast of deeper conversations with me, Matthew Silvers, and our guest, Joelle. Say your last name.
Correa.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Remember, I love y'all. All of his social shit will be in the description. Um, go check him out. Go check out his makeup. It is fucking incredible, out of this world. And one day you will come to me and I will force you to do my makeup because I want it.
I'd
So
be
once
honored.
again, thank you. He said, okay. So once again, thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys real soon.